I hadn't seen Narc in probably 10 years before I picked up Arrow's recent 4K remaster. But one thing I hadn't forgotten was how hard the opening foot chase grabs you by the throat. Imagine my surprise when Carnahan revealed this breathless, unforgiving plunge into the rawness of the film's world was actually a happy accident on a day when his Steadicam operator abandoned him.
The guy did one rehearsal and came back and said, I'm done. I go, well, yeah, man, take a minute and let us. He goes, no, I'm done. I'm not shooting it. I had about 5 minutes to figure this shit out. And it was like, okay, what are we trying to capture here? The frenetic nature of what it's like to really run that hard. It's fucking exhausting. So, okay, how do we do that? Remember, we had this stuntman, this Canadian stuntman, this guy Dave, fantastic guy. We rigged up this thing. The Grips built this thing. It's like, just keep Jason in this box. And that was a stuntman that shot that, because he could run with him. And it was dynamite.
The various stories that come out on this release of Carnahan's struggles to get the film made, then picked up by distributors, as well as the lucky breaks that prevented it from being a straight-to-DVD thriller, are fascinating as well as depressing. In Narc, Detective Nick Tellis, who had been fired after accidentally wounding a pregnant woman in a shootout, is brought back into the fold by Internal Affairs to investigate the death of an undercover narcotics officer. He's partnered with the aggressive Henry Oak, who has slippery motives and tactics of his own. Narc is a spiritual successor to the gritty crime films of the 70s, cut from the same cloth as Lumet's Serpico, Friedkin's French Connection, Scorsese's Mean Streets. It revels in capturing a bruised, cold, dangerous, and even hellish Detroit. On a curious personal note, much of the film was also shot in Toronto, and having lived in both cities, it's interesting to see one play the other. Anyway, it's that kind of mid-budget, unapologetic, cathartic genre film we see less and less of in today's markets, even in a decade that gave us a lot of them, that Narc struggled even then to prove itself to the Hollywood system is saying something. Ultimately, it took Tom Cruise, who was apparently impressed at how deeply the film affected then-girlfriend Penelope Cruz, to grease the wheels of theatrical distribution. To be sure, the film is often chaotic, intense, and ferocious, but it balances these scenes or jarringly cuts from them with hushed, sensitive conversations in quiet cars, pubs, and offices.
Let me get some coffee.
It's a contrast the film leverages well, and not just in the edit. Visually, Narc's cinematographer sought to paint Jason's domestic sphere as a warm oasis against Detroit's blue and chilly streets. Though we see his domestic life slowly poisoned by the job, and his wife slowly drifts into the background and out of focus throughout the film as he goes deeper and deeper. I will again give a shout out to the great Cliff Martinez for another pensive, brooding, and ethereal ambient score, in a similar vein to his work on Traffic that I so admire. The performances are also fucking aces.
What the fuck are you doing talking to her without me being here?
Brought her husband's things over.
Yeah, you questioned her. What for? What for?
Mother, may I? You said we're gonna do some of this on our own,
And some
right?
of this doesn't extend to her, and don't get fucking cute with me!
Jason Patric gives a thoughtful, more internal performance as a foil to Liotta's explosive detective, though even he finds tender, human, and touching moments to this character. Of course, some viewers will no doubt find the film's oppressive atmosphere repulsive rather than immersive, and there are some familiar cop movie cliches, particularly in the domestic disputes between Jason's character and his wife. Some critics also threw shade at the abrupt ending, but I don't really buy that one. We know what happened, and so does Nick. He's found the truth, but at what cost? And what will he do with the confession that he's captured? Narc's thesis is that cops face these kinds of choices all the time, and what decision Nick ultimately makes doesn't matter because it will be an imperfect one, as was his decision to raise his pistol and fire at the very beginning of the film when a drug dealer picks up a child. Joe Carnahan's invigorating sophomore feature remains one of his best films that almost never was. I, for one, hope he returns to the sinewy existentialism of this film and The Grey, because I do think that's the mode where he's at his very best.